When fall comes around, we're all about cozy evenings at home. And let me tell you, a great bottle of wine makes staying in that much better. That's why First Leaf has become our go-to for making sure we always have the perfect wine on hand for those cozy nights watching movies or sitting by the fire. First Leaf is a personalized wine club that knows our wine preferences better than we do. Every month, they send us a customized selection of wines that we're guaranteed to love.
Getting started with First Leaf was a breeze. You just have to answer a few quick questions about your wine preferences on their site. And they put together an amazing assortment of top-notch wines just for you. And it's all delivered right to your door.
Well, I love a cab, and the King's Clay 2022 Cabernet Sauvignon is so delicious. One of the best parts about First Leaf is how they let you control your delivery schedule. You can choose exactly when your wine arrives, so you never have to worry about missing a delivery. It's so convenient. You also don't have to carry like big, heavy bottles or boxes or whatever you're doing, like from the grocery store in the car. It's just like too much.
When I bought my first home, we had the wine rack, and I always was like trying to fill the wine rack, and I always thought like it looked cool.
You were picking them off of like the labels.
I know. I was doing that, and then I was just like lugging them to the house.
And then people would be like, wait, what is this wine? And you'd be like, I don't know. Well, with First Leaf, they actually tell you about the wine. They give you all the fun facts about it so you can be that cool person who knows about wine. So get cozy and pop open that perfect bottle of wine from First Leaf. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/VIALL to sign up, and you'll get your first 6 handpicked bottles for just $44.95. It's hard to find one good bottle of wine for $44. Now you get 6. That's tryfirstleaf.com/VIALL. Tryfirstleaf.com/VIALL.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick, with my wife. The household is here. We're back in LA in the new studio, and I gotta say, guys, you really crushed it. The household really came together.
The
we weren't even here.
Worked overtime.
Yeah, we were like, you got this.
We were doing the lake house.
We were literally doing the lake house, but you guys really crushed it. Not you. You weren't there. Sierra. Yeah. Let's give credit where credit's due. Not to Sierra.
Not to Sierra. Credit to Justin.
Sweet boy Justin really dominated. He quarterbacked this thing. Also, Mary wasn't here either.
No, I wasn't.
No.
I was here. I was here for some of it.
Doing Florida things.
Yeah.
Mary was still very helpful.
More helpful than Sierra.
Okay.
Well, certainly more helpful than Sierra. Not as helpful as Justin.
Not as helpful as Justin. Well, you guys did great. I hope for those watching, or if you're listening, be sure to check it out on YouTube. It really looks like a household. We're really doing.
We're in
doing
someone's living room. I don't know whose living room it is, but we're in their living room.
It's ours. It's like
it's the household's living room.
Household, and you guys.
Welcome to our household.
We have a very exciting episode. Lots to get into. We had the premiere of Love Is Blind Denver. Right? Denver style? What season are we in?
9.
9?
I made that up. I don't know. Is it 9?
That's a good guess. I think it's more 8. I think it's 8. 7?
I think it's 8. I'm
Close.
pretty sure it's 8.
It's season 9.
Per.
9. All right. In Menver, commonly known as Menver.
Menver.
It was back in the day.
Because there's so many men?
Because there's so many men.
I
don't know if it still is. What, Mary, can you...
Why I've never been.
Menver.
Is Denver still referred to as Menver? And what is the dating ratio in Denver?
Sounding pretty
Let's
bleak.
see. Is Denver still referred to as Menver?
Well, Mary looks that up. Also, what's going on this episode? Rachel Lindsay is joining the show momentarily.
Our queen.
You know her from lots of things. Very successful, very accomplished queen that she is. Long time ago, she was also
Y'all were falling in love.
Nope. Well, I mean,
kind of.
Falling in respect of each other. Anyways, Rachel's here to talk all things Bravo, some Love Is Blind. We'll catch up with Rachel, see what's going on in her life. She is our first in-person guest at the new studio, which I think is fitting because she was one of my first guests on the Viall Files a long time ago. She's been on a few times, so she is returning to the show. We'll get into some Dancing with the Stars as well. They've really modernized that show.
Oh, I'm obsessed with it.
It's so much more fun than when I was on it.
Why do you say that?
Because they're beat-bopping and like,
Nick was like, it looks so much easier now.
No. I don't want to say easier.
Nick, I have a confession to make. Last night when I was watching Dancing with the Stars, I did go back and watch some of your dances just because I was curious and I've never seen them before.
What do you think?
You did a great job.
I looked scared the whole time.
A little, but only because I know you.
What did you think of his Pinocchio?
That was my best work.
More so his beard, his lack of beard.
Yeah,
The puppet was really good.
That was my best work.
Nick was like, they gave all. Nick was like,
No, my favorite was when you jumped onto the rope in the ceiling and got whisked away.
What?
That was that was my last dance. That one I have nightmares about because it was my favorite dance. I felt really good about it, and then my legs cramped up in the middle of the dance because I didn't drink any water during the day because I was like kind of nervous, and it was just a whole nightmare. And then I got eliminated that day. I wish I could do that one again, but. No, they're just modernizing it. They're just kind of having more, it's ballroom dancing. Like, we'll get into it later, but it's a lot of fun to watch these days. If you're not checking it out, you should.
I do have the facts about Menver.
Oh, Lynn, please.
Yeah, so Denver is not officially or widely referred to as Menver. However, it was once referred to in slang as Menver, but the nickname has fallen largely out of use.
It's like, we didn't
because
think the
it's not
government
like, yeah.
Did the ladies hear
slang.
about a lot of eligible men and they all moved?
Well, basically, though the term was sometimes supported by data showing a male-heavy population, its validity was frequently debated, and it became outdated over time. And by 2024, it was like, nah,
Okay.
the ladies moved back in.
Now it's Fember.
Femver.
I have a question. Has River started cursing yet?
Unfortunately, no.
Honestly, kind of shocked she hasn't because of Nick's sailor mouth.
Yeah.
Do you
But
curse around
she
her?
does say something that sounds like oh shit, but it's not.
I
oh shit.
curse. It's just part of my vocab. It's just.
That's why the moms
Subconscious.
are mad at us because they can't listen to this with their kids in the car because they're like, Nick cusses so much.
I'm sorry, guys. Should we bleep the swear words?
No, that's so much work.
The editing team said no.
Listen, moms, like we all know you swear. We know you swear, and when your child swears, just blame it on me.
Yeah.
You know what? I can be your scapegoat.
Uncle
Yeah.
Nick.
I'll wear that.
She did start saying yuck, which is really
She's
cute.
a bit jet lagged because we were coming from the central time zone from the lake. So she woke up at 4 a.m. And was like, Dada, yuck. And then I had to go change her diaper because it was a little soaked through. And while I'm changing her, she goes, Dada, yuck, Dada, yuck, Dada, yuck, Dada, yuck, 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 which is, if you've listened to the show, yuck. One of my favorite words to say. So I don't know how, I think Allison
taught it to her
one of our
because she was
household members.
sticking a ball that God knows where it came from in this studio, but she was eating it, and Allison was like, "Hey, yeah,
That's my stress ball.
yeah."
Why do you ask, Leah?
Well, so Lala posted a video of Ocean saying she was calling her, I think, half-sister Riley a bitch. And
Ocean was calling.
Ocean was like was recording a video, and she called Riley a bitch. And then Lala happened to be walking by as she did that and was kind of like, what did you just say? And then she
just happened to be
I thought
recording?
that it was good parenting. Well, it wasn't live, I don't think. I think Lala posted the video later.
No, it sounds like she gives Ocean the phone to record her little videos like she's making vlogs, but they probably just don't go anywhere. But this one she posted because, she literally was just like, yeah, Riley's a bitch. And I was like, what did you just say?
Did she say she heard it from her dad?
Yeah.
Because she was like, "Where did you hear that word?"
She did.
And she was like, "My
From
dad."
I bet I would not surprised that
Which, like,
Randall's
of
calling
course-
people
no,
bitches.
literally.
Yeah.
Left
You
no
know,
right.
shock there.
Yeah.
Then Ocean, didn't she say, my mom got mad at me, and that makes my
Oh, yeah.
feelings really hurt?
Yeah.
She did. It was really
Yeah.
cute. Honestly, I thought Lala did like a good job. Like,
Same.
Do you think Randall's referring to Lala as
Your mom's
your mom's such a bitch?
Yeah, probably.
Probably not to her, but definitely like on the phone in conversations,
For
probably
sure.
like that bitch asked for da 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 da, and she's like, bitch, great.
For sure.
Yeah.
She actually it was so sad. Lala was just talking about, I guess, how she went and had her will made or something. And she's like, once you get to a certain point in life, you gotta, have a
It's
will.
called kids.
And she was
Yeah.
basically saying that, she's like, if she were to die, she was like, Ocean would obviously go to her father. And she was like, and she would probably never see, Sosa, her sister, ever again. Or, her,
She really feels that way?
she
Is
feels like
Randall
Randall.
that much of a monster?
I think so. I don't know him personally.
You think Randall would be like, let's go to.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but you would think that, however, if you have a speck of a heart for or a speck of love for your child, selflessly, regardless of how you might feel, that would be your child's sibling. And therefore, you would want to go out of your way. But you're right, Randall's probably
awful.
Heartless bitch.
Yes.
a heartless bitch. Yeah.
you know who else is a heartless bitch?
Me. And
Me.
you.
Me.
Why?
I'm a heartless bitch because ever since I have had a kid, I have been so mean to my dog. And let me just paint the picture here. This dog was everything to me, brought her everywhere, cutest thing in the whole world. And now, like, I just don't know what to do because I have no patience for her anymore. And she is just panting all the time. And I'm just like, she wants to play. And I'm like, yeah, no, of course you do. But like, I literally cannot.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Lady and the Tramp nailed it.
Yeah.
They did.
For
They
real.
did.
No, and
That
not
was
for-
so sad.
Maybe this is sexist. I don't know, but it's just you ladies.
Well, because
Is
we're
it?
the ones who are constantly being touched by our children
Yeah. Attached at the boob.
or at the hip.
Literally.
But no, you're not alone. And I think that's a very common feeling amongst moms, new moms, because it's so much with newborns and babies and toddlers because you're doing so much all day. You're breastfeeding. They're nonstop want to be held or touching you or calling you or whatever it is. River's very much in her like mama, 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 peas, mama,
Yes.
peas, mama, peas. And and when the dog is like wanting you, dropping their wet, slobbery ball onto your lap,
my
you're
God.
like, I will get rid of you.
Has Louis started eating bugs yet?
Excuse me?
No, but he does, on the topic of dogs, try to eat the dog food all the time.
Oh, dog food. Okay, I thought you were going to go.
Hey, I remember when I was little one time, I thought, you know how they make like Scooby snacks that are graham crackers and then
Yeah, the
Scooby
bones.
snacks that are actual dog treats?
Mm.
My brother told me the opposite was true, and then I ate like a
No.
Scooby snack that was a dog
Y'all,
treat.
so I've talked
Oh,
about
Such a good brother.
Yeah.
my cousins who live in Spain. They're born in Spain, live in Spain, whatever. They would come every summer to the States and they'd come to Alabama and like, see us, see my grandparents, whatever. And I remember we went to Petco and you know how they had like the buffet of dog treats?
biscuits?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the like edible ones.
My cousin from Spain was like, oh my God, free cookies. And like literally ate one of each. She was probably like 8 years old. And finally she's like, these don't taste good. And we were like, wait, no.
There's a lot of chicken flavor.
She's like, yeah, really like
my
bacony. I was
God.
expecting chocolate chip.
Yeah.
The fact that she just kept going.
I
Though.
know. But it's like they probably don't have that in Spain.
She's like, one of these have to be a good flavor.
one of them got to
There's
be
something
good.
about things being free.
Yeah.
I don't care how much.
They're not free. You like build your own. It's like a candy store.
But
You
to
like
a kid,
build
you know, like you get something new. It feels free.
Do you remember Mrs. Fields cookies?
Yes.
Yes.
That's how she blew up, was because she would give the older cookies in the day that were made out for free to test for the customers because nobody came. And so then all of a sudden the line would start because people tasted the cookies and then would get in line to buy them.
Oh, well, Natalie, Georgia, they have Publix in Georgia, right?
Of course.
Publix as a kid, when you're a kid, you get free cookies.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time you go to Publix.
Oh
and it's
yeah.
like a
they have the
huge
little
thing.
thing. Oh yeah.
Oh, my
honey.
God.
The sprinkles.
Ooh!
The sprinkle cookies.
The chocolate chip as well.
I'll pull them inside me.
I
They're
heard-
so good.
I heard crumble cookies are.
No.
The
I've been
worst
on
thing ever.
I've been on crumble cookie TikTok and it's been showing like what
Poison.
the equivalent of the amount of sugar.
Yeah, I
Oh.
saw
And
that
it'll be
yesterday,
like
too.
52 liters of Coke.
Yeah.
It'll be like-
Really?
It's the equivalent
That's-
of one cookie.
I don't really fuck with crumble cookies.
I don't find them to be that good. I taste how much unnecessary crap
We
is in them.
had
They don't
we had
taste
them at our
homemade.
wedding. We had the mini ones at our wedding.
Yeah.
And I
Sorry,
feel like the
we
mini
killed you all.
yeah, I hope everyone's okay.
And this is why Nick had to cut out sugar. He had all of it in
I had
one day.
all of the sugar.
Yeah.
Guys, I still haven't had any sugar in 2025.
Which has been so sad because we were obviously at the lake and Nick's mom was like, oh, I want to bake cookies. I want to bake this. And then she was like, it's Nick's birthday. What should I bake him? And I was like, he won't eat any
My
of
mom was
it."
like, I want to make cookies. And I said, well, that's cool, but I won't have any.
And then she did not.
because if I'm not going to eat it, mom doesn't make it. Because
It's
it's
baby
really.
boy, sweet baby boy, Nick.
She's like, fuck Natalie.
Nikki,
I'm
yeah.
not making it for this bitch.
And then I was like, could you do them gluten free? And she was like, absolutely fucking not. Like, it's just not
I
going to
ask
work. Yeah. She's like,
Is it your birthday?
they're not for you, first of all.
I will say it is nice to see Natalie and my mom bond often. Well, Natalie you mentioned it last episode, she had some anxiety with River, just like being around, like River tripped and fell and whatever and, got a little boo-boo.
Yeah.
But it is sweet to see. When it comes to mom stuff, Natalie and my mom really bond over stuff. My mom, obviously being a mom of 11, has been through it.
Right.
Mhm.
So she's
Mhm.
a nice
Wait, that's so sweet.
nice resource.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe I don't. I see it, but maybe you don't feel that.
No, 100% I do. Yeah. No, I love your mom. She's great.
Does she know to put the waffle in the toaster?
She
does,
actually.
in fact. She doesn't just
Too
be like, well,
soon?
she asked for it.
Too soon?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for her either. Yeah. Anyways, I think Rachel Lindsay is here, so we're going to bring her on and get into all things reality TV. That's up next.
Well, as you know, we have been moving into so many new places. It feels like we're just constantly going. And furniture can be hard to figure out. But with Cozy, it has been so easy because they have so many customizable options. And that is what we need with dogs and with babies. You need something that is customizable, is washable, is
flexible. If you are anything like my wife, Natalie, you like to rearrange furniture constantly. Like, you know, it's like you walk in a room and you feel like something needs to change, something needs to be different. Well, with Cozy, they have so many modular sofa options that you can constantly change how the layout looks.
Because I'm such an amazing boss, I decided to give a Cozy couch to one of our team members, Jack, and I can't tell you how much he raves about it. He doesn't shut up about it. His friends love it. The chicks dig it. He's all about it.
Don't settle for less. Settle into a Cozy, easy assembly, effortless style, and unmatched comfort. Cozy delivers comfort and versatility with ease. Cozy firmly believes furniture should be modern, adaptable, and worry-free.
It's also just incredibly comfortable. I certainly like laying my head on a Cozy sofa.
So if you're interested in a washable and stain-resistant sofa and rugs that offer peace of mind from everyday spills and messes, then you need to check out Cozy. Transform your living space today with Cozy. Visit cozy.com. COZEY, the home of possibilities made easy.
If you run an e-commerce business, you know customer reviews have an enormous impact on your business. You need scalable features that help ensure accuracy, get shipments out the door faster, and wow your customers. Level up your business with ShipStation. ShipStation goes beyond just shipping labels. It's order fulfillment excellence.
Business owners are built differently, and there's nothing more satisfying than your business keeping up with you. But sometimes your growth outpaces what you can handle, especially when it comes to shipping. ShipStation centralizes your shipping tasks into one easy platform, and their rate browser automatically finds you the best rates across more than 200 carriers at discounts up to 90%.
Every e-commerce business is shipping products to their customers, and it's always one of the most expensive elements of your business. So do yourself a favor and reduce your shipping costs by up to 90%, people. We have been using ShipStation over at NV Media since its existence, and it really helps us as well. Help yourself out. Help yourself grow. Doesn't matter if you're a company of one or a company of 100,000. ShipStation is perfect for your business.
There's a reason why so many successful businesses use ShipStation, and now you can too. Wow your customers and get rave reviews with cheaper, faster, and better shipping. Upgrade to ShipStation today to get a 60-day free trial at shipstation.com/viallfiles. There's no credit card or contract required. You can cancel at any time. That's shipstation.com/viallfiles.
Rachel, welcome back.
I'm happy to be back, guys.
So happy. What do you think of our new studio?
It looks fantastic. Okay, and it's super convenient for me.
Much closer.
For us, really.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the three of us. It's like, how do we get Rachel on the show more often?
Put it 5 minutes away from her.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been back. Like, I was thinking about that. I thought I was just here, but no.
Last time you were here, I think it was right before you announced your divorce.
Okay, let's clear some things up about this.
Yes.
People were really upset. I mean, people supported me, right? But people were like, the articles were like, she was just on the Viall Files and she was saying all these things. And I was like, this is really great for them. But when I came in, I did not know.
Oh, that's right.
That we were going to get.
Because it was like right around the holidays?
It was right around the holidays. Mm-hmm. It was right before Christmas.
I remember being like, well, thanks a lot, Rachel.
But I did not know at that time that we were having issues for sure. I mean, right? I didn't wake up one morning. But I did not know that, and I forgot I did the podcast, that the filing was going to happen, that I was going to ask for it, then the sneak filing. I did not know that was going to happen.
Wait, so you filed and he sneak filed?
No. I didn't file. I asked.
You were like, I want the D.
Yeah, I asked. And then it was like, do you not want to say it?
I was just fucking around.
Oh, the D. Oh, my God. It's early in the morning. Yes, the D. Okay, sorry.
The D.
No, I asked, and then it was like he didn't hear me say it. And then he said it almost like,
it was like, you're not breaking up with me, I'm breaking up with you.
It felt like that. But so I really thought it was like an amicable thing. And little did I know, because this was New Year's Eve.
Right.
So very close to after.
Yeah.
I came here and I was just like, okay, like we're going to handle this, privately, all these things. And then bam, that's when my case filing is 0001. We're the #1 case filing.
Wow.
And
he had no New Year's Eve plans.
he said,
Like, what should I do
you know what's
tonight?
crazy? He said to me, I usually have people over. And so he was like, are we having people over? But for me, I knew that because I had just come from Dallas. I had just like buried my grandmother. Something had happened that I don't want to talk about because I want to write about it that week, where I was like, yeah, I talked to my parents and I was like, I have specific questions to ask and I'm going to ask them. If I don't get the answer, I feel like we need to move forward, then I'm asking for it. And I didn't. So I was like, yeah, I think I want a divorce. But then he said it too. He must have already had an attorney, like must have been anticipating it. Because like I said, we were having issues. But when I came on this podcast, I was very serious. I had just frozen my eggs. We really were trying.
You were hopeful.
Yes. Well, I was hopeful that, yeah, we could get there. But I meant the things that I said. But I said something on here that I thought was very telling that people hung on to. And I think it was the first thing that I had ever said out loud. And I remember saying it, I was like, yeah, I can't take that back. I said, we live very different lives. Yeah. And I had never said that before. And I was like, oh gosh, I'm being too honest. It just like came out. But we did. People thought I thought we lived separately. But no, it's not that we lived separately. We just really were living different lives. We were like two ships passing in the night.
And then he tried to steal all your money.
Well, I mean, legally, he's allowed to. Legally.
Have some self-respect. That's what I thought. I don't. That's just my opinion. I don't.
No, I mean, I really hoped it would be friendly and it wouldn't get down to it because we both allegedly wanted it. I think there were things I underestimated about how he felt about me,
right,
which was hard. It's like, how do you share a bed with someone who feels so strongly about you in such a negative way? These were things that came out that I was learning from other people.
Like he was talking shit about you behind your back?
Yeah, like after it was filed. And so I was just kind of like, wow, like I didn't know that. And I'm not going to act like I was perfect by any means. It takes two people to get to that point. I thought I knew I had the upper hand because I knew I had the money. And I clearly was not aware of the legal, like the community property. I thought because we got married in Florida that Florida laws would apply. I just truly.
California, that 50-50.
And I didn't think he would do those things. You know, like you don't think that. But I was just kind of like, I remember the day after New Year's Day, I was like, what do you want? I don't want anything from you. What do you want from me? I was willing to give it to him. I think the hardest part for me was the spousal support. I did not mind actually giving him money.
Right.
It was the spousal support. Like, why do you need an allowance?
Yeah.
He could do it. So he does.
Maybe that's just the old school in me. Maybe this is sexist of me to say, but I have some self-respect. As a man, you don't need an allowance. You don't have kids.
No,
you don't have.
That is the craziest part.
You have a degree.
Like, just split. Yeah, he has a. You have
a business,
a great profession. Moved back to Florida. That's where wasn't he like so upset that he had to move to LA?
No, he wanted to be in LA. That's like I cannot wait to just like fully talk about some of this stuff. He wanted to be here. There's a reason he was already licensed to practice in California. He always wanted to be in LA. He actually moved to LA a month before when we were engaged, to try to like make it here. Like had an Airbnb for a month, was putting out stuff to model, to do all these things. And then I actually did it too. I moved out for a month and I stayed with Carrie Fettman, who we all know and love. Yeah, I moved out here too, planting seeds, seeing if there was work out here. And that's how I eventually ended up working for Extra. I ended up having a podcast about The Bachelor. So we both were doing that. It's not one-sided like, hey, Rachel wanted to move out here and I had to follow for
Do you feel like he was jealous of your success?
I was going to say, do you feel like he scapegoated you for his failures?
100%. 100%. And I think that what always gets lost in it is that I moved for him. We lived to Dallas and moved to Dallas because he quit his job in Florida, a week after the show stopped filming.
Okay.
Before it had aired. And I didn't quit. I was still practicing law. So he moved to Dallas, which I was super grateful for. And I acknowledged that sacrifice. And then I stopped practicing law and I asked him, where do you want to go? And he said, Florida. And we picked up everything and we moved to Florida, but that always gets lost. I had no job in Florida.
Yeah.
I wasn't working for Extra, didn't have the Bachelor podcast at that point yet. I don't think so. So I moved for him so he could build it up. And that never gets talked about. And then COVID hit and things happened and then better opportunity was in LA. And I knew we both wanted to be here. But yeah, when I talk about things I didn't know how he felt about me, jealousy was one of them. I had
Yeah.
like, just imagine your partner being jealous of you.
Oh,
Like
such an
it was a
icky
really,
feeling.
it was a really tough thing. But yeah, I have so many, now that I'm moving past it and I'm
Mhm.
starting to write about it, I'm like, all these things
I was about to
are,
ask, I bet you're like discovering things that maybe you thought was normal. And then you're like, wait a second, that was a weird ass
Yeah.
thing that happened or that he said.
And I'm glad to be in a better place of processing it because I'm not angry anymore. If I was writing and going through it anger, that's how it would have come out. Now it's reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to get past the anger
We'll
of
get-
the money. Just last month, he asked me for like, our judgment was done. Crazy enough, the day the fires happened in LA was the day our divorce was finalized. And I got served because he was trying to contest some of the language in the judgment about money. And it was so obvious what it was. It was so obvious, but he wanted it to read as it was written in the judgment and not from the percentage that he was allowed of it. He wanted the entire amount of money in that account and rehired his attorney to serve me. So then I again had to go to my attorney. And then we explained to him which is plain, like your attorney helped come up with this, agreed to this. And then I had to send him another letter explaining it. And this attorney was like, yeah, you're right.
Does he work?
He still has a practice. He's still here.
He's still here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Never seen him though.
I was gonna ask. You
No,
haven't
no,
seen him.
I
You
haven't
haven't
seen
like has he like texted or called any like email?
Only when it has to do with the money.
Of course.
All he has to do with that.
That's yuck.
I'll probably get us something after this comes out too.
Well, we'll get into it when we talk Love Is Blind, but they're
Yeah.
interesting enough. One of the main characters, what's her name? I don't. She talked about sounds accomplished, and she's had a hard
Sparkle
time
Megan?
dating.
Yeah.
Sparkle Megan.
Sparkle Megan.
You can't give yourself a nickname. It's brutal.
Sparkle Megan is rough.
Anyway, but do you feel like there was an element of a little just like gender roles where like his jealousy came from him feeling emasculated because his wife was more successful? Do you think that added to his insecurities?
100%. But I want to take blame too because I was not great about. I think that I did things that emasculated him too, if I'm really being honest. And again, this is where reflection comes in.
Like what?
I do think that part of the reason I chose him is because he was older, he was established, he had a career, not a job. These things were very attractive to me. He had more than me. It's another thing that people do not realize. When we got married, he had more than me. He had a condo that he owned in Miami. He's older, so he had more money, had saved up stuff. We were more on equal footing, plus he had a condo. So, and of course, we weren't just thinking of the prenup thing, and I'll talk about all this later, but it made sense. I didn't have what I had now. It was this perfect storm where I made a lot of money during the marriage. So that's also why people how does he get all of this? Like, well, my success came post I do. Anyways, yes, I think that as my career grew, his didn't. And there became why aren't you helping me? Why aren't you having this? That's why I loved when you talked about it.
You
It's
made him
like
famous.
you had all the tools.
Everything.
You had all the tools to do it, but he was not as ambitious as I thought. And a lot when I would go back like, well, how did you get this? How did you get this? It wasn't like I hustled for it. Not everybody has the hustle. It was kind of like, oh, I knew this person or this person helped me, which isn't a bad thing. It's just when you come out here to LA and you start your business or you come off TV, you know it. It's why not everybody has this studio. Not everybody has certain success. It's about the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And he just didn't have that. But if I'm taking responsibility on my end, I, tried to help, but then I saw myself get frustrated. I saw myself start to be a little resentful because it wasn't as I thought it was supposed to be. One of the biggest things I did was when it came to buying a house, put it in my name.
Yep.
Cool. Thank God you did.
It was 100% mine. And in California, if you buy a house and you're married, the person has to sign over their rights. And so I was paying for our rent. I was paying so much money and I wasn't seeing the return on investment. So it was like, I'm in a position where I can buy a house. This is the biggest purchase that I've ever made. And I wanted it to only be in my name. And the people that knew that, and I would always say, this is our house. This is us. We did this. But the people who knew were like, Rachel, that is emasculating. And I was like,
It's my money.
Which point?
Don't care.
And it is. But I would not change what I did.
I can see why it might be an indication of like maybe like the deeper sentiment of the health of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily see it as emasculating. If it was the other way around, if a married couple and the man said, "Hey, I want to put it in my name," what's the she would certainly feel a certain way about it.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have a future.
Don't live in your house.
But like, I don't. It's like,
I think it did make him though.
I'm sure it did make him feel that way.
Yeah.
But is that a him problem or is that like?
And like, is he contributing to the house?
No, not a dime, not a penny, not anything. I paid all the bills, and that's a crazy thing about divorce. At least in a community property state, you are not rewarded for being a supportive partner. For me, it was you're building a business. I'm in a position where I can take care of the personal side of things. So why would I not do that in a marriage?
Yeah.
And I never was like, I'm paying the bills. You're living in my house.
Right.
That came after the divorce.
That
That came when we were like,
maybe it's just
real
me, but like
issues.
again, like knowing how this world works, like
Mhm.
I feel like he emasculated himself in the sense that like if you are not don't have the hustle, whatever, but like he was in a service industry, right? And
Mhm.
so, not every, if you're an accountant and you go on The Bachelor and you like go back to be an accountant, I don't know how much going on The Bachelor is going to help you out, like if you have your own business, maybe
Right.
if you are an engineer, but if you're like a realtor, a lawyer, a chiropractor, if you have your own business and you're in the service industry, going on one of these shows
Yeah.
is such a advantage, such a layup, such a home run. I mean, all you have to do is be like, "Hi, aren't you the?" Yeah, you can crack my back. Like it's just people want. It's such a leg up on the competition.
It is.
And you gave him that. One of the most likable, successful bachelorettes in the history of the franchise. He was married to her, and he couldn't make it work. And I feel like that's on him. And if I always say that. It's like, I know. Both of us were disenchanted with our careers. I loved being a lawyer. He loved being a chiropractor, but we kind of hit a place where we were plateauing, where it was like, let's see if we can do something more. For me, at first, I thought that I would do entertainment law and change the area of law that I was working in. But then I really loved communication and talking to people and being on the mic and having these conversations. And so I was pivoting into that. And both of us were like, if none of it works, we'll go back to what it is that we did. So that's where, it worked for me. It didn't work for him because I had a plan. I was like, I don't want to be on more reality TV shows unless it's going to position me to do more of what I wanted to do. It's going to help me if it makes sense. For him, it was more of like the low-hanging fruit of when is a deal going to come? What's an event we can go to? I was very anti creating a social media presence where it was built off our relationship.
Nice.
So I meant that when I came on the show. I was like, I didn't like posting. I didn't like putting our personal business out there per se. Sometimes it worked. Most of the times I didn't want to do that. He did. And so we just had a different vision. He wanted to use what we had to grow. I didn't. I had different plans. And so him having to go back and be a chiropractor, I think there was some, maybe resentment's the word, because for me, I was able to continue to leave law, and I still have been able to.
Well, I'm excited for your book.
Yeah. Seriously.
You have no idea. Some of the stuff.
And I'm pre-ordering.
You pre-order the pre-order.
I pre-ordered the pre-order. Yes, I did.
And it's not like when I did my first book, it wasn't tea, right? I wasn't like, I'm shitting on the Bachelor franchise. I'm talking about being on your seat. It was more of like a reflection of me and people getting to know me as not this picture perfect bachelorette. This is going to be tea.
Oof.
And it's
Hell
going to be helping people get through divorce and not be shameful. Like, I want to talk about dating again. I want to talk about, I've never used apps. I want to talk about being intimate for the first time because these are real conversations that women come to me about that I could not find a book or a conversation that dealt with this kind of stuff. So it'll be telling, I want the book to read, another book of essays to read like an Adele song. You know how like Adele comes in and she's like telling the story, and then like midway through she's getting to that bridge and she's rising above it, and then at the end she's like, fuck you, still I rise, I'm this person. Like that's how I want it to read. So I want it to be encouraging and hopeful in those ways, but through me telling the journey of what happened for the first time. Like, I've never talked about fertility. He spoke on it, and I'm like, thank you. You sat down with some quack about like the divorce, teasing parts 1 through 3. I don't know whatever happened to the rest of it, but I don't want to do that. I want to tell my story, but to help people through it. I want to be vulnerable in ways that people have not seen from me, because, you know, everyone was like, oh, you know, they were lying about their relationship. No, we weren't. But, you know, there are things I could have been more honest
without getting too much into it, and we'll move on after this. But obviously divorce, to your point, and I imagine you'll write a lot about it, is a very traumatic event if you have to go through it. I think for both men and women. But like, as you've gone out and dated, does it feel like a scarlet letter a little bit? Do you feel like you have to oh, well, when do I tell him I've been divorced? And have you felt a certain reaction from people?
You know what the scarlet letter is? It's not the divorce, it's being on the show. Okay. It's scary because before I was dating, had not done anything that was front of camera, that was public. So when I went on a couple of dates, at first it was like, well, how do I say? It's gonna be like, oh, you were divorced. Well, then what happened? How did you meet your ex-husband? And then it's like, oh, I have to talk about The Bachelor. And it's like, and you can see for people who don't know, it's like, wait, what? Oh, wait, I heard about the first Black Bachelorette. That was you? And it's like, oh, I don't feel like going. And so you see this interest that comes, and it's like, are you interested in me, or are you just curious about this story?
Yeah.
That's been something that's hard. And most of the dates that I've been on have been people that have their own platforms. And
so do you feel like when they ask that question, it's more coming from judgment, or do you feel like, because I relate to that before, you know, it's just like when I finished my season, I was like, I just made a personal pact. I had dated, you know, in between, it's a very much a fraternity. There's a comfort level with people in that experience. I had dated some people from that franchise. And once Vanessa and I broke up, I was just like, I'm not dating anyone from that franchise ever again. And I just felt like I wanted to be above, not above it, but I just wanted to move on from the show. And so a lot of the people I was interested in dating, there was an insecurity from me that I was kind of projecting out, because there was a part of me that was a little bit of like, I'm not ashamed of it, but like, I don't put it on my bio, you know? Like, I don't,
for sure.
Bachelor season 12.
And so
with the rose emoji.
So it was like a very much a me problem, you know? Like Natalie has told the story when we first met, you know, we're the first weekend we're out in New York and we're walking through New York, and you know, my show at that point was successful, not what it was today, but I always acted as if it was the biggest show in the world.
As you should.
And people would like honk and do like, how do they know you? I was like, I have a podcast, because I was like, I wasn't gonna be like I was on The Bachelor.
The last thing you say is the last thing. Yeah, and they're like, well,
even if people come up to Nick and they're like, "Is your name Nick Viall?" He's like, yeah. Why? How do you know it?
It's so true. It either comes out in the divorce for me, or it's like, oh, you were a lawyer? How did you get to podcasting? And it's like, oh.
There was I was in a city when there was a tour bus, like a entertainment tour bus, and the tour driver was like, "Excuse me, what's your name?" And without hesitation, I was like, "Eric."
He was like, never mind.
Yeah, like, never mind. I just kept walking.
I'll try that.
You can't hesitate. You really have to.
I'll try that. But yeah, no, it's it's just been interesting. But you know.
Well, on the topic of divorce, how are you feeling about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's divorce?
Can I be honest what my first thought was?
Yes. Please.
Mary's got a thought.
I have a thought.
I feel like I consume a lot of Nicole Kidman content. And I feel like she's having this resurgence. And all the resurgence is sex.
Yes. Yep.
And it's sex. And it's like young man sex. Or it's
like hot, steamy orgasm
and it's like
sex.
In there. You know what I mean? Like,
she's about to be fucking some 25-year-olds.
Yeah. And I always wonder, I mean, she's an actress. She always has been. But I just wonder, kind of what you're alluding to. I like country music. I'm into it more these days, maybe. Yeah. And I don't follow Keith Urban's career, but I just wonder, with the rise of what she's doing, because there wasn't, she was having kids, she had slowed down, and the rise of what she's doing, and not only she's doing it, she's like hot,
really doing it,
sex, sexual, sensual,
she's
all
a
of
vampire.
this. I just wonder if that was a huge struggle for him. That was the first thought I had. I was like,
Yeah.
Can't take it.
not every man can. And a lot of people have like dating a I'm telling myself, dating a musician. So there you go. Dating an artist is hard. Like there's a lot of ups and downs with careers, and it can be very difficult. And so I just wonder for him, it takes a really strong person to see a woman do that, and then your career is a roller coaster at the same time. Like they always say dating in the music industry is one of the hardest in the entertainment industry. I think.
So you're currently dating a musician?
Yeah, you guys saw him. Remember when I was walking my dog and we were driving?
That was him.
I try not to be nosy,
We
You guys
were
totally
like,
fine.
oh, that's
You guys were totally fine. I
Her
literally
brother.
was like, oh, this is so-and-so. And you guys were like, hey, yeah. I mean, it's not like a huge secret, but.
we haven't posted him, obviously, because we don't share our relationship.
Oh, yeah. I haven't. Well, actually, that's not true. He is on my social, but not like, hey, this is
Hard
front and
line.
center.
Yeah, here's my
Yeah,
boyfriend.
Are we like official? Or are we like just situationship?
No, it's not a situationship. Like we're really dating.
Okay.
But, I'm having fun is how I look at it. Like I'm not dating anybody else.
Okay. Mary, what was your take on the Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban
Oh, it's always really sad when queer relationships end.
queer relationship?
Wait a minute. Did you say queer?
Yeah.
Who are we referring to?
Keith Urban,
Keith.
#1 lesbian in the entire world.
Because of the hair?
Because of the hair. And just like, if you listen to a Keith Urban song, the way he's writing, I'm like, okay.
That's hilarious,
Yeah.
by the way.
Mary's
Okay.
just projecting
But
in.
19 years? I did not
19
realize they've
years.
been together that
Yeah.
long. It's always
Neither.
sad.
It's a good run. It's a good run.
It's always sad to see it, but
Do they
I
have,
just
they have kids together?
Lots.
They have kids.
Yeah. She's got
I
lots
was
of
like, I'm
kids.
still healing from Amy Poehler and Will Arnett, and that was like 2
Don't
decades
talk to
ago.
me about
I
that
know,
one.
that was devastating.
Yeah.
They seem
really
to be
seem
doing
like a good
fine.
match.
I know
Really
they are.
did. I was like, that was like my dream. Like, you know how you have a couple that you want to go to a dinner party with? Like,
Yeah.
that was my dream. And I was like, wow, shattered.
Is irreconcilable differences kind of just like a
I think it's general.
That's what
Yeah.
ours was.
really?
Yeah.
Isn't that? But that's like a catch-all, right?
Yeah, like you're just not getting along.
Of
you're
course,
not
it's
on the same page.
irreconcilable. I can't say the word, but
Irreconcilable.
otherwise you wouldn't get divorced.
Yeah.
It's like,
But I mean, sometimes it's I don't know what
I
the
hate
correct
them.
term is, but like if there's cheating or whatever,
Infidelity.
infidelity. Because I was
got
like,
you.
I kept thinking adultery, and I was like, that's biblical. I was like,
I watched
that can't be
I
it.
watched Legally Blonde once.
wasn't that the same thing?
It is, but it's
Sounds so
it would-
dirtier
that
when
you
it's
can
adultery.
file for those
Yeah.
things, but yeah, like
I was gonna say, I feel like-
irreconcilable differences
It's
is the
just like-
catch-all.
I also
Okay.
feel like all the other boxes on like a divorce paper are actually really scary. Like, so I feel like that's like the go-to one.
And you can always change it.
Well,
You can always amend it.
Change it.
Like if
That's
you
true.
find out they did some shit.
Yeah, I think like you absolutely can amend it. It's just easier to like check all the boxes, like
Right.
spousal support. If they're children, it's just easier to do it all, and then you can fix it all later.
There's a
Should
lot.
we
of-
talk
Divorce,
some
guys.
Salt Lake City or Dancing with the Stars?
Let's
just
start
do
with
dancing.
Dancing with
Let's just start with
the Stars.
dancing.
Let's start with dancing. Whitney Carson's choreography
I love her so much.
is just the backwards flip around Robert Irwin's neck. I was like,
Guys,
I'm into it.
She's so little though.
Can we talk about "Shake Your Ass"? The song.
Yeah.
I
Watch yourself.
thought I was like listening to it in my car. Don't judge me. And so I was like, is that my radio or is that the song she's actually I didn't know you could say ass on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, who
It's
knows,
just
you know.
it's just like such a, and maybe because it was YouTube, so I didn't watch it live, so I don't know, but I was completely
Yeah.
thrown off. And I thought, is that going to work against her? Isn't this a conservative audience?
Is she in trouble?
Unless you're a man taking
I
your
think it's
shirt
less
off.
and
Right.
less conservative. I think they really
Right.
they've done a good job of getting the younger audience. I think
Yeah.
it used to skew really.
Like, I'm
you
sorry,
were-
just
you were-
watch the
If you were watching
backwards.
Dance with the Stars,
What?
you're dying.
Yeah.
But now I think the kiddos, the TikTok
Yeah.
has
It's
really
hip.
skewed it younger. It's hipper. It looks a lot more fun. They're doing a good job of like they've realized that people are consuming it on TikTok, online,
Mhm.
through
Yeah.
YouTube, and it's given it like a fun resurgence. And I think they've made the dances a lot more fun because it's like other than Dylan's dance, because he had to do the foxtrot, which is so hard.
So hard.
Like, because you're just, it's all about
framing.
And like, it's hard to, everyone else, like,
That's
they're
why
having fun. They're goofing around. They have the facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Like the foxtrot's so serious. I always danced scared when I was on it. Because you're counting the whole time. You're like, oh, shit. Also, I think it's just a missed opportunity when Dylan doesn't take his shirt off.
I feel like they've got to be saving it for something special. You know, they're like, he can't take his shirt off every single dance.
Did you see? Did you see? He posted a reel with his dance partner. I was a little turned on. I texted him and told him about it. Sorry. Every once in a while, Natalie will send me.
Wait, which one? Was it the one where he like twirled or
the hips? The hips.
Oh,
it was hot.
Guys, he looked terrible.
The foxtrot's hard.
No. The hips thing.
Yeah.
You saw that?
I wasn't like
the real video.
Yeah,
he was like a second behind.
He's not a dancer.
Which
I wasn't looking at his timing.
Count.
But I mean, look, I loved watching him and the effort and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I was also like, he's not killing. He's just Dylan Efron, who comes across as so likable and so nice.
Truly
and
a golden
he
retriever.
can't have any enemies. Like, I just don't get it. He's just such a nice guy. But you're right. He's not a dancer. And I feel like with Dancing with the Stars, there's always this battle of people who want the Dylan Efrons or people who want the Hillary Baldwins. And I'm saying it like that.
Hillary.
Thank you.
Because Hillary's almost too good.
Yes. And so I want to see a Dylan. I want to see somebody grow. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
I want to see
Like-
them struggle some weeks.
Like
and
Robert
Yes.
is doing like unexpectedly really good.
Yeah.
Where you're like, he's not too good.
yeah.
You know, where like Whitney crushing it, but she's been taking class. You know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the fact that Jen had a baby a month ago she just deserves
Incredible.
to have the mirror ball
win.
because of that.
Incredible. Like, that's the kind of story I want to see when I watch Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Jen's so fun.
She's so
She
fun.
did the
She's so
mamacita
cute.
thing.
I feel like that's gonna happen with
Mamacita.
Dylan too, though, because it's like he's really trying. So it's like you almost appreciate the effort going
Yeah.
forward. But I'm like, if he does end up cleaning it up and becoming like a little bit more direct with his moves, I'm like, he could win.
Right.
But it's
right.
like, it's because it is somebody you want to root for, but also because he's not the best dancer starting off.
Correct. I want to see growth.
Yeah.
I almost feel like with like a Hillary, it's going to work against her. Because I don't know if you saw the TikTok where I'm deep into TikTok these days.
Get it.
I don't know if you saw the TikTok where they were saying that she competed in ballroom against some of the pros
That'll
back
definitely
in the
work.
day.
That definitely works against her. Like when I was on it, Heather from Glee was on it, and she's like literally a
Yeah.
professional dancer. And
Yeah.
the week she was eliminated, she got all 10s. But it was just like, oh, yeah, no, you can.
We want a story.
You're a professional
Yeah.
dancer.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Well, I feel like with Hilaria Baldwin, the only surprise is like what accent she's gonna pull out, not what dance she's gonna do. You know what I
mean, Alan, is it Alan?
Alec
No.
Baldwin,
No. The
Richter?
Yes, Alan
Oh.
Richter.
Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Thank you.
Put some just
Love you.
Who did you
Love
not
you,
vote for
Andy
this
Richter.
I do not know that man.
I do, Andy. Sorry, but
Sorry to that man.
Andy.
Sorry to that man, but his was so sweet. Him grabbing the
yeah.
camera was so sweet that like voting for him immediately.
That's who. Yeah, that's who. I like. Even Alex Earl. I was like, she's doing it. She's doing
she's
thing.
great.
And they're even. But she has Val. If I ever did Dancing with the Stars, that's who I
Val.
want. I want
Yeah.
Val. I want him because everyone's like, he's tough. He's on it. And if I was a guy, I would want Daniela.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Daniela and Whitney are two of like the best choreographers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Whitney's really
I mean,
good.
Val's really good
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, for
Why
the
am I
women.
blank? Jordan Childs, I think, is my number one. I
This
think
week she was good.
Mhm.
she's
She was
so
good
good.
this
And I
week.
was like, I understand that she's a professional gymnast, but
She has that going against her too.
But she has that going against her. But I was like, the whole thing with gymnasts is that everything is supposed to be like stiff and like stick it. And so like that's where I'm like, for her to be able to like move her body and use fluidity, like that is a new
Yeah.
skill for her. So I'm like, it is really impressive. And she's so fucking good every episode.
But they do, I mean, for like floor routine, you know, like
But
there's a
even
lot
then,
of dancing.
it's like flips and like whatnot. And it's like,
It is stiff.
yeah, it's
It
very
is-
like, here's
It
the
is.
arms up. And then now
Yeah.
I'm running and I'm flipping, but like she's moving.
I think, yeah. I mean, they said it was her best one this week, and I think that she was really feeling it. I like that she got super emotional.
Yeah.
I like to see people cry.
Me too.
I'm an
Me
emotional
too.
person, so I just because I've danced. Wait, I'm not a dancer. Let me just clarify. But I've done a performance, and there is something emotional about it that when you finish, you just feel like if you put it all out there, the tears come out too. So when I saw her at the end of this, I'm like, I get it. You're like, I did that. I accomplished something.
And what was she saying? She said something like about how the anxiety and the pressure of like what she goes through as an athlete, like for her to be able to leave it on the floor meant so much to her. And I'm just like, all right, get it.
There was a lot of the floor spinning of the women, which I feel like if that's in your routine and you like go last and you watch everyone above you do it. Like I remember last season.
It's like wearing a red dress.
Who was it that did the it was like Joey and Danny both did a backflip. In their thing. And I remember like one, I don't know who went first, but one of them was like, fuck, like we also have a backflip. Like, you know,
that was our big move.
Is it fair that Alex Earl got to do a TikTok dance in her routine?
Right.
I mean, they credited the choreographer in it at the end of it.
Oh, you better these days.
But they were like, yeah, with moves by Molly, whatever. But the whole like the first few seconds, it was a TikTok dance.
Well, I do think it's because again, Dylan had the foxtrot compared to some of these other dances where they got to shimmy and bop like they're at a wedding, and Dylan's like 1, 2.
Yeah,
it's so much different and harder, and the foxtrot's more like.
Who do they
pick? To get behind.
Do they pick their dance style or do
no, the producers do? Unlike like The Bachelor or some of these other competition shows where producers can really fuck with your emotions. Like Dancing with the Stars is mostly just a fun experience. You do have some producers who have come from other shows, and there's not much like emotional fuckery that producers can do. The little bit that they can do is like give you various dancers that maybe you're not in love with or that are more difficult, and that's where there's not much drama on Dancing with the Stars, but if there's any, it's stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Would that be interesting if they did? Because when I used to do interviews of Dancing with the Stars, I was like, gosh, you guys, it's a competition, but y'all love each other. Y'all are all such good friends. Should there be where they're not sometimes? I've never seen it.
I would love a little like dance drama, like
and like
they
most
stole
of them
my song, or they stole my
and like most of the pros are married to each other or dating each other, so it's like y'all probably don't even really have that much competition against each other.
What if they put like Abby Lee Miller in there as one of the judges and just saw what would happen?
Well, my intro package on week 1, I was fucking around and joking, but I was like talking shit. I had Normani on, and I was like calling them Fourth Harmony and shit, and it was like a joke.
I think that's funny.
Yeah,
I feel like I would do that.
Or like,
I'd be like, yeah, so I walked past so and so's room this week, and
they sucked.
They sent me home next week.
That would be great. I mean, that would
give us some spice.
That would really help for ratings.
Do like a full like WWE type of just like fake drama for Dancing with the Stars. I think I would eat it up
backstage,
just a little bit, just in the beginning.
My dream is for my wife to do it someday.
Aww.
I know, he's so sweet. He's got big dreams.
You would want to do it?
Do you want to?
I would do it.
Yeah,
I would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the audience would be like. I don't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah, but you're about to be the host of the new hottest dating show on Netflix.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Age of Attraction. 2026.
Dude.
It's a banger. Well, speaking of spicy things, we have Salt Lake City episode 4. 5.
I could watch Todd and Brawen
all day long.
Eat lunch
all day long
for 2 hours. I'm always trying to figure out who hates each other more, or if he's just like mailing it in because he loves his wife and doing a scene.
Yeah.
It's so. And as a couple that has a bit of an age gap, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, because we love Brawen, and I have not met Todd yet, but like I am so grateful we don't present as them.
No, guys.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to do this show. You would not be able to work together.
Brawen looks so good and so fresh.
And him in that half zip polo sweater was
and that grandpa sweater. That whole like the sweater doesn't help. I need him wearing.
I'm sorry, I love Todd.
I
do
love
too.
Todd. I'm
He's
not
so
trying to talk
cute.
shit, but maybe put him like in an All Saints. You know?
No,
Like,
it's genuine. I love that there is such a stark contrast between the two of them. I love, first off, we're always watching them sit down to eat.
Yeah.
I love, because I feel like that's the only thing
they
Todd
do
agrees
together.
to do. That's the only thing Todd is like, this is the only thing I'm going to be on camera doing. I have to eat anyway.
Yeah.
Might as
Bird
well have
special.
the
I'm
camera.
hungry.
when he's putting sugar in his
Splenda.
iced tea, it just.
I love
Yeah.
it. The
Well, if you-
eye rolls. Like,
He's
everything about
awesome.
him. He's such a curmudgeon. I
Such a
just,
curmudgeon.
I just adore it.
But if
Yeah.
you put
It's
Todd in
real.
All Saints, then you just get PK, and we don't need that.
So
Yeah,
true.
we don't need
There
another
you go.
PK. I want to see that man's New Balances,
Yes.
and I want him in I want him to shop at Costco.
Why
Like-
does he has such a hard time? Like, I was surprised that he was so self-conscious about Bronwyn acknowledging that he stepped up and helped support
Yeah, that was weird.
her parents, like as if he didn't want her to say it.
Well,
like,
if you have no idea what we're talking about and you missed the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, here is your rapid recap. We've got taglines, and Meredith is dropping beats, baby. Lisa reminds us she knows famous people. She also reminds us that people that know famous people always get sued, and it's like not a big deal. Todd is trying to be nicer after getting clowned at the reunion, but also Bronwyn's mom moved in, so she's also trying to learn that it's okay when people don't like you. Sounds like she should call in to ask Nick low-key. Angie wants Electra to make being Greek her whole personality, but Electra doesn't seem to care. Might I suggest having her read some more Percy Jackson? Bronwyn's mom says she needs Todd's money and also reminds her that he's going to die one day. Love the moms. Heather is not clinically depressed. She is effective. Same girl. Same girliana. Mary writes these in the craziest fashion. Lisa only brings the gals ski shooting, so no one shoots her in the back. Fair enough, diva. Also, Amy is there. Who is this girly Amy? I want to know more. Lisa makes a presentation to prove she's innocent. However, the only thing it proves is that she needs to get a Canva Pro account and maybe take a course. All the lawsuits are dismissed because it's none of our fucking business, apparently. Lisa and Bronwyn got into another argument, but the most important thing to note at this lunch is that Mary's sunglasses and little hat are eating down. Oh, and that Lisa thinks Angie is trying to be Jen Shaw. Meredith says she defended Lisa while camping, which, sure. And Whitney goes absolutely nuclear on Lisa for lying about her lawsuit, throws a napkin at her, and storms off.
Woo.
But it is weird that Todd is like frustrated that he has to help his wife's sick in-laws or his in-laws.
yeah,
Like, why are you upset about that?
I take great pride in that ability.
I've just felt like we were missing something. And I'm gonna add to that because Bronwyn's side flip kept changing. So and the only reason I know this is because I was watching it with someone and I was like, do you like Bronwyn's bob? Because I'll go back and forth with the bob.
Yep.
And they were like, yeah, well, I don't like it that way, the side part. And I was like, no, it looks really good. And then we were like, wait, it looks
It
better
flipped.
from one side to the other side. That's the only reason I noticed that because I love Bronwyn's haircut. So I feel like there was stuff that was cut out. So I didn't understand why. I don't know if she had to keep repeating it over and over again. And maybe that's why we were getting the eye roll. Something wasn't there because I don't think Todd has an issue with helping her out with her family because we've seen what he's done with her daughter. And he's very protective over her. And he's like, I'm not talking about that on camera. We're not talking about him. So I'm just a Todd apologist. I'm just a Todd lover.
I'm with
Just
you.
as
I
Todd.
adore this man.
I also like it when he was like, when Bronwyn's just like acknowledging that she cares about what people think
Yeah.
and she wants Lisa's, validation. And he's just like, why the fuck?
Yeah,
You know,
no,
like,
I did love that. Him being like, she said horrible things
like,
about you.
you
Like,
should never be friends with her,
yeah,
period.
write this person off.
My favorite was when he was like, a lot of people hate you. What are you talking about? And I was like, well, I wouldn't say it like
The
that.
Facebook comments.
I gotta know his sign.
The Facebook comments.
You know
is
what?
crazy.
You know why I think she wants to be around Lisa? It's how I feel about Tamra. Tamra says from Real Housewives of OC,
Of
just
course.
for people who don't, I
You
like
know.
for the audience.
Yeah.
Tamra says horrible things about people, but everybody wants to be around Tamra because she's fun.
Yep.
And I think the same thing about Lisa. There's a charm, they're fun. And it's like, even if I don't trust you or I have my boundaries, I still want to hang out with you
Yeah.
because it's just cool to be around you. And I think that's what you get from Lisa, why people want. I mean, Lisa would probably say it's because she's above them and she lives a
She's doing
different
bigger and
She knows
better
lifestyle.
famous
things.
people.
None of these
Yeah.
women know how she lives because it's so different.
None of them could ever imagine being
When you run a big business.
none of them could ever imagine being close in distance to Ben Affleck.
Lisa's
Because
such
it's
the-
not like they're all famous on TV.
But she's such the cliche of if you have to constantly brag about your success, and you constantly have to boast about how big and bad your life is, like it's just not. Like the real successful people are being like, they're not talking about houses they have. You know, they're like they're low key. They don't want people to know, and the other people, you know, it's like I get sued because I have so much money. It's like yeah, I guess.
Lisa just kind of gives me like Regina George of Salt Lake City, but like self-proclaimed, like in a sense to where she's like, I'm better than you. But I'm like, I'm watching all of these women who clearly don't like her pretending to want to be her friend.
Yes. And also it's crazy how at that lunch or whatever, she has all these posters, dismissed. And then they're all like, but can we ask you? She's like, yeah, ask me anything. And then they're like, well, why did you? And she's like, it's none of your fucking business. She
said, I gave you all the facts right here. And I was like, the way that she also photoshopped her face onto them.
No, it's
like I brought you here so you could read these. And they're like, we have.
Everything.
We really need to put a stop to like the housewives with the boards.
Yes.
Like there's so many
I
of
love
them.
this moment. I love it because everyone says Salt Lake City is campy and they're just always extreme and it just works for them.
It does.
I had Lisa on my podcast yesterday, Marley Crap. And I think the funniest thing, we had to cut some of it out, but cut per Bravo. But the funniest thing to me was she didn't know I was an attorney. So she's talking to me, explaining the law to me. And she's literally like, well, you know, when this and this happens and this person has had this legal trouble. And she was like, and it's allegations. They speak as fact. It's not facts. And she's saying something and she says something wrong. And I'm like, okay, so you know criminal doesn't settle, right? And I'm like, I was like, you don't settle a criminal case. That's a civil thing. And she's like, yeah, well, and I was like, well, I have a legal background. She's like, oh my God, then you totally get it. You know? And it was so fun. And like this, I'm not trying to shade her. It was, she said she just didn't know I was an attorney, but it was so funny the way she handled it. You know, she like didn't miss a beat.
She's very quick.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. She also told me she doesn't name drop, and I hadn't seen the episode yet. And so I'm watching the episode, and I'm like, what?
I mean, episode 1 was Ben and Blake, and it was just like, huh?
Yeah. And it was first names only. Yeah, Ben and Blake.
I'm on a first name basis.
She went to South by Southwest. She went to South by Southwest, and I don't know what kind of event. So it was like, it's not like they invited her. That's how she presents it. She was doing something with a business.
Like an activation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was for the Steve Carell. It was like that billionaire movie on Netflix, Mount something. Kind of weird movie.
Yeah, Steve's not walking in.
Do you think he knew he was getting name dropped?
How are you? My girl.
Speaking of name dropping about Steve Carell, we saw him at Gelson's.
Wow.
Like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Were you there with Nina Parker? Because she saw him at Gelson's.
Really?
He likes to shop at Gelson's.
It's the same. Like
we all live in the same neighborhood. She saw him at Gelson's too. And maybe this was like 6 months ago or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 6 months ago.
It was the same day.
Did you see
Nina Parker too?
It was closer to the fires time. I remember it was like
it was. Yeah, and I like almost hit him with my cart. And I was like, coming around a thing. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he just wears his hat and he's like, oh, it's okay, you know, and he's got like, I'm like, I can't, he wants to be normal so bad. Like he's shopping, he's grocery shopping. This is the last place. Absolutely. I'm like,
you could
Steve,
do that
who?
in the Valley.
Yeah.
In the Valley,
You can do that in the Valley. Yeah.
It's not
Not if you're Lisa Barlow, though. You will be referencing that as if Steve Carell is your best friend because you saw him with the shopping cart at Gelson's.
We actually planned it at the same time to show up.
Yeah. Be like, oh, me and Steve, we grocery shop together. I'm better than you.
It's like crazy that Lisa's getting so upset over being compared to Jen Shaw when she like tweeted that Bronwyn was like Jen Shaw. This episode, she called Angie that she's trying to be Jen Shaw. It's like, I guess everyone just wants at this point. She's like, well, you have her same hair girl and her brow girl. That means you want to be her. I'm like, I feel like it's just a small town.
The best was Angie being like, I am the hair girl.
Not hair, but brows.
One could say, to quote Angie, saying Mary Cosby is a grandfather MFer, as Jen Shaw did, and Lisa saying that Bronwyn is a gout dick sucker is similar.
It is similar.
We did find out that you can get
That's all.
gout
You can get gout in your dick.
in your dick.
I have to do a shout out though to the editors this episode when Lisa's talking about her lawyers and she's like, I have 6 of them. When I saw Viola Davis, at first I was like, that's Johnny Depp's lawyer. Oh wait, that's the dude from Suits. And I was like, oh my God, genius.
Is that a
good.
good thing? I don't like.
And then they're like legal.
Her legal team, but it's all like characters from like TV shows.
But they put like a disclaimer.
Yeah. It was great. These are not, in fact, her attorneys. I mean, if she has as many businesses as she says, which why would I doubt? She is right. You are opening yourself up for more lawsuits. That's fine. But what I couldn't get over, she kept saying dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. And somebody finally said, yeah, but there's still one. The one we're talking about is not dismissed. Active. And that's what she kept saying to me. Allegations, they're allegations, they're not fact. And then I said to her, I can't remember if this is in the podcast or not. And I said, yeah, but like, she's like, you can file a lawsuit for anything. She says that on this episode.
Which is
and
true.
I'm like, but it's still going on. You also can get it dismissed for being frivolous, yet it's still going on. And she was like, yeah, but allegations. I'm like, okay. Doesn't mean it's fact. Like, that's true. But
can a lawsuit get dismissed if you settle it out of court as well?
If you settle it?
If it's settled like out of court, wouldn't it be qualified as dismissed?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the ladies were saying. It's just like, just because it's dismissed means you finally paid them back.
Right.
Yeah. She didn't answer that.
No,
No, she was like,
Brodden was smooth with that one. She was like, so dismissed as in you paid back the money you owed? No.
But also she's like, but there's one that's still not. And she's like, well, yeah, but it's, and they're like, but you wrote dismissed on it. Like, you were just like stamping dismissed.
But I loved it. I appreciated it. The whole pomp and circumstance of it all. This is what I want out of my house.
100%.
I'm never bored with Salt Lake City.
No, God, no.
And then Whitney, redhead Whitney era is my favorite thing in the world. I love it. I love it. She's choosing violence for everything this season.
She's got to. She's hanging on.
Yeah.
She's like barely hanging on. She's got to like, she doesn't really, I mean, I know she's opening up about her business, but she has no choice. Like, we need more from Whitney. Otherwise, she's going to be replaced with Amy, which I said a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, Amy's being introduced for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, them saying, oh, we don't really have many socialites, which I think Lisa would argue differently that she's one. But this Amy's one, and then we see her again on this episode.
Were you confused by that party? That was like the best party in Salt Lake City, and it was like
at the community hall center.
It literally looked like a convention, like
they
a
always
work
like
convention.
That.
So I was like, this is the best.
Such a Salt
The lights
Lake.
were so bright in there. I'm like, this is where the best party in Salt Lake City is.
I almost feel like a testament to having a good party in Salt Lake City is, did the women show up and did they have a fight in it? Exactly. If not, your party sucks.
It was Brittany light, which was a bummer because I always miss.
God, there was not a lot of Brittany.
Brittany.
We needed it.
Sometimes I'm for Brittany. I was fine not having her this episode. I was fine because I wanted us to stay on track. I feel like when we get, I actually I really appreciate Brittany and what she brings. Like, I want her on the show, but we didn't need her in this moment. Like, even when she chimed in a little bit with Meredith, I'm like, all right, Brittany, no, not right now. We're having a real fight here. I don't need you.
I have an announcement.
Yeah. Brittany, man. She's such a theater kid, and I love it.
So Whitney storming out and Mary being like, Whitney, sit down, and Whitney being like, I can't. She triggered me. I'm like, this is incredible.
Whitney got in her face. I was like,
threw that napkin.
When she walked over, I thought she was going to throw the napkin and walk out. She came around.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen to me, Lisa. And I was like, yeah. Let's go.
Whitney, arms
wild rose.
I liked it. I have to say, what else I liked was Love is Blind episode 1. Well, if you're dealing with hair issues like thinning or shedding but feel totally stuck on what to try next, I get it. I've been there. I was there a couple years ago until I found Nutrafol. There are so many products out there and it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything, and that's exactly why I give Nutrafol a closer look. It's not just hype. It's physician formulated, clinically tested, and even recommended by dermatologists. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. Anything truly worthwhile takes time and effort, and with Nutrafol, seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair and less shedding in just 3 to 6 months, you can feel great about what you're putting into your body, since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. I have to say, we're at the lake. Nick's childhood friends came to visit us, and I haven't seen them in, some time, maybe since like Christmas last year. I don't know, but it was right around the time that I chopped my hair. I went really short, and Kaya, Marcos's wife, was like, your hair is so long. What are you doing? And you know what? It is long, it's healthy, it's shiny, and it's all because of Nutrafol. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code VIALL. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code VIALL. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code VIALL.
If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why we said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for just $15 a month.
All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts.
The quality of Mint Mobile, you can't beat it, and you certainly can't beat the price. They've done so much to improve their network, and now it's just like, if you're having a bill that's hundreds of dollars, which I think most people are, I think a lot of people out there don't even realize how much they're spending on their mobile service.
In this economy, you need a $15 a month plan, and you get that with Mint Mobile. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/VIALL. That's mintmobile.com/VIALL. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes. Unlimited plan. Tax and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
A quick message from today's sponsor, the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. Hey, pet parents out there, if you are in love with your pets as much as we love our dogs, Jeff and Steve, then you need to check out the ASPCA. Because you listen, unexpected things happen, especially with dogs. They get into things, they eat things they shouldn't. And, lots of times you're just like, I don't know if my dog should eat that. Found out lately that dogs are severely allergic to onions. Didn't know that, but thank God to the ASPCA.
The program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier to get your pet the care that they may need. It's been around for almost 20 years and has covered nearly 1 million pets in that time. You can tailor your plan to fit your budget, your lifestyle, and your pet's particular quirks, because big vet bills never show up when it's convenient, do they? To explore coverage, visit ASPCAPetInsurance.com/VIALL. Eligibility restrictions apply. Visit ASPCAPetInsurance.com/Amazon terms for more info.
This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independent American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance.
I am ashamed of Edmund saying he eats his boogers, but I do love Edmund.
Honestly,
I love him.
I love him. That couple.
He knew he was so. He knew he was going to be so
Edmund is
charming.
the really goofy
The one
guy.
who cried.
He was crying about his teacher. He was
The
in
black
foster
guy?
care.
Can we get the cast
Guys.
photos up?
I'm obsessed with that man.
No,
I didn't know that
amazing.
was. She kept
Play a
saying my
cast photo.
love, so I was like, "What is his name?"
His leg crossed on the couch. Like, he always had a new position that was like.
He was getting so excited.
It was so cute.
I don't know how can you and one be so charming?
I will. I'm not even gonna lie. I've taken a couple of seasons off of Love Is Blind because I don't like the beginning episodes
Really,
as
I
much.
do.
I want to see. I love when they meet each other. I will never
too.
get over the falling in love.
The
twice.
awkward
It's
proposal.
just you fall in love in one way and then you have to. It's just so genius to me.
Yeah.
But watching him is the reason that I'm like I might have to fully watch
You
this
have
season.
to.
I'm
we hear this season's good.
obsessed with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I'm
Minnesota was kind of.
Do you feel like Calabria is gonna be like? Do you think she realizes how nerdy he is?
How could she not?
I
He
know.
rollerblades across the UK.
I know. She's like, I want to do that with you. I'm active.
But he also
I
plays
like
football.
that.
He also
But
plays
see,
football.
that's what's gonna throw her off.
Yeah,
Totally.
cornerback
Defense?
though.
But she said corner, which corners
Corner,
you can be.
Mm.
It's
You can be-
different.
you
But
can be
see, she didn't ask
5'9".
the right question. She should have
Yeah.
said, "What division?
Mm.
What were you
Yeah.
scholarship?"
Yeah.
So these are questions I would have asked as a sports fan.
D3.
I'm trying to
Honestly,
see
it
it.
could go.
But I'm with her. I wouldn't even know where to ask. I'd be like, what position? Sounds great.
Yeah.
She She was the one who's had that quote that she was like, "You know how they say?" And I was like, "No, I don't know how they say. I've never heard that." She said, "You have to fall out of love with your type to fall."
Oh yeah.
I was like, who says that? But anyways, then
Her.
if that's the
She
case,
does.
then she better be all in with this guy. I
But
love
he's
a teacher.
handsome.
No, he's he's cute. He's got like that
He's cute.
nerdy
Yeah.
like appeal that I do really think is cute. I like his style. I like that I love a male teacher. I love a male teacher
So
Do we know
much.
why his 5th grade teacher saved him? He's like
didn't get
never.
there.
Yeah, he kind of moved
never-
on from that.
The tears
just was
because producer was like, "All right, he's been crying for 30
Yeah.
minutes."
Move on. Like threw the
Gotta keep
speaker into
going.
the room. Like move on.
in it.
Anton and Allie, they got engaged. Episode 1.
Yeah, I'm hoping he
Is he
takes
is
his
he the definition
glasses-
of ugly hot?
I don't know. Just different things work for
Right?
different
Because
people.
it works for him.
It does work for him.
But
It
he's
does
not your,
work for him.
you know, he's not
Like
pretty.
traditionally, yeah.
Traditionally
Mhm.
pretty.
But it
Yeah.
does. It's like I think the dark hair, the dark beard, the thick eyebrows. It works.
What
for
a
him.
miss for him, and it left in a cliffhanger. Natalie pointed out, but at the reveal, he had his glasses on top of his head.
And then when the doors open, he went immediately to squint mode. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It
can you
seems
not see
squinting.
her? Put
Like
your
the
glasses
glasses work
on.
for you, bro. They're part of your uniform. They're,
Like,
they're part of your
I
aesthetic.
don't care if they're sunglasses or reading glasses. They should never be on top of a man's head. Like, ever.
Yeah, no,
They don't belong there.
I didn't notice.
Do not
but
belong
I'm
there.
100% gonna go back and look back. I'm actually
It's
obsessed
crazy.
with that. But did I miss something? Did he not, right before they expressed "I love you," say he wasn't sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Yep.
I know I'm watching
I
this
think
quickly,
editing.
but okay,
think?
okay.
We were,
Because
Nick
they
and I were
clearly-
both like, whoa, love you. Holy shit.
Like, he also
fast.
he hesitated before he said I love
Yeah,
you.
he did.
too.
They do that
He did.
sometimes though in like the edit with Love Is Blind, and I don't love it. Where they'll always have an engaged couple episode. Like it's pretty typical to leave episode 1 on this cliffhanger reveal,
Mhm.
and they don't go in sequential order, right? They
Right.
clearly like they gave like an attempt at what was like a montage, but kind of
Yeah.
really give
Yeah.
you one clip to basically imply they've had a few dates. This isn't like a second date, because if you weren't paying attention, it felt like literally a second date where they
Mhm.
got engaged.
Yeah, it
I
did.
wanted to see more of it, but I
There
honestly
it
think
is.
they would.
Hated. Even his silhouette
Great
looks
eye,
crazy.
great eye, Natalie.
Wait,
On top of his head.
watch as soon as the doors open. What are you doing? The glasses do work for him. So it's like,
They really framed the nose and everything.
You know, it's like one person that was like, "Oh my god, you look so much
He's
better."
like-
with that."
You're so right.
wear your glasses. Feels easy.
That is hilarious. I love that. So okay, I have to watch more.
I do
Intensely.
love Allie, though. I think she's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's her,
And
right?
a
That's
stunner.
Yeah.
I'm,
What's her
I'm
real
still
name?
learning the names.
Elisa or something.
She goes by Allie, but I don't
She
know.
goes by Allie, but she was saying that her real name, and he's like
Something Panini. She's saying
Is
that
she
her nickname was
Alini. Alini.
Papini.
Oh, she's not the
Alini.
Allie.
She's-
Wasn't there an
She's
Allie
Brazilian.
Was that?
Did I make that up, guys?
No.
I might have been watching a different show. I could have sworn there. Somebody has like 5
No,
cat
someone was-
tattoos. and
no,
I
no,
thought
no,
it
that
was-
is
Yes,
her.
that
Oh,
is- that
okay,
is, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That is her.
Okay.
Yeah, that is her. Sparkle Megan.
Sparkle
Like if I
Megan.
if the first time I meet Nick, I'm like, hey, so my dad calls me Natsky.
Don't give me a nickname. that I have
Okay.
to-
Like,
No, I
let
do
your
have
friends
a-
call you that.
I do say Big Rage sometimes, but I wouldn't lead with that. I wouldn't lead. You have to ask
Like,
me,
they-
do you have a nickname?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
If
be
you
like,
ask,
my
yeah.
friends call me, but who's still saying my friends call me this? Like, who
Who's
says
spending
that?
enough time
Yeah.
with their friends that you're still getting like the nickname on a regular basis?
You didn't know me at 12. You do not have a nickname for me.
No.
Do you remember the Love Is Blind with the guy who was so afraid of people dating him for his money, but then would
Leo?
lead with
Yeah.
money talk?
Yes.
Yeah, Leo.
Yes,
Leo,
Leo,
the
the
watch-
art
The
dealer.
watch
yeah,
guy.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's her.
It's Rolex.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
not going to
want this.
disclose
I
what
don't-
kind of car I drive
What
right
kind
now.
of car
Yeah.
is it?
It
What
is
do we think
annoying
it
that
is?
he keeps
That's
asking.
what I
but
wanted.
yeah.
I wanted to ask you, as a very successful, accomplished woman who, you know, has gone through what we talked
Yeah.
about.
We
all
read
that.
in the paper. You drive a Porsche? Or?
I do drive a Porsche. It is, the emblem is not sparkled, but I do drive a Porsche.
And we have a lot of accomplished women who listen to the show. On Ask Nick, we talk about relationships, and it seems to be like a theme or a trope, whatever you want to call it. And I see both sides, because I'm sure there are a lot of insecure men who naturally who feel emasculated by dating a woman with success. That's a real thing
It
that I
is.
don't doubt that women can and do feel often in relationships if they're accomplished. And especially if you, and I've always said, like, and, you know, even for me, like when I moved out to LA, I'm like living in my buddy's place. You know, I left my job. Like I didn't realize this in the moment, but like dating for me was like I was never gonna settle down in that period of time where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing in a
Right.
year. Because I think as a guy, if you don't like know, you know, if your future hasn't figured out career-wise, it's very hard for you to commit to anything because you don't feel successful.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's a real thing. But if you are a woman out there dating and you are successful, just the way she presents it, where it's almost like, is it just that, or is that like an excuse that you internalize, where it's just like, well, maybe you're just dating, maybe it's just to date different men, where it's just like, if you are that successful at a certain age, at a certain point in your life, you must recognize you need to stop dating a certain type of guy who will feel that way around you. But how do you feel about that? Because I feel like sometimes it's used as an excuse. Like sometimes we won't acknowledge the role we play in our bad decisions as daters, and eventually we have to like start making different decisions. And when the way she said it, it just kind of came across as like an eye roll for me, but maybe I'm being a little too critical.
No, I mean, also it seems like she leads with it. And so if that's what you're leading with, if what we're getting is how you actually are in the dating world, it's a little off-putting, and it can already, I think, make maybe a man who's insecure or feels a little less than feel even worse. And if you're constantly talking with that, like that becomes your personality, which it feels like, then you're it's a little off-putting, or it's going to be detrimental to a relationship with the guy who maybe isn't on your level. Whereas if you don't lead with that, it's such an interesting conversation, because I know a lot of women, particularly in LA, that are successful and single and are in their 30s, early 40s. And dating's really hard. And there is this misconception, and I think she says it, of because I'm this, men expect that I want that as well. And if they're not that, then they start feeling a certain way. And she's right. People see you and they're like, oh, she wants someone who's like this. But when a woman, a lot of times, not all women are like this, but like when a woman is established and she's got all these things, what's missing from her life are things that aren't necessarily materialistic. But there's this perception that that is exactly what we want. Men already come feeling a little bit insecure. And so it makes dating hard. When I will also add that when I have met men who are successful, they actually are turned off by me being equally successful. They want somebody who maybe isn't as opinionated.
Like they want to be, they want someone impressed by their own success.
Yeah,
They want a cheerleader.
Or I see those men want to infantilize the women sometimes. And of course, that's not all successful men, but in my experience, I've seen that, or my friends experience that as well. So what I think so interesting about her setup right now, I'm really interested in her story. She's presented with two men, one who is successful.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to count the one guy who keeps asking about the car.
Yeah.
Oh, the younger guy with the kid?
The first guy. She keeps saying that their lifestyles are totally different.
Yeah.
It's Blake.
Who got, first of all, Jordan, who got
and
snipped
Mike.
after
one kid loves being a father but got snipped. I'm so confused by that.
Yeah.
What's
At
that
25,
backstory?
He got scared.
It was one night stand. Yeah.
He must have had like a bad experience. Or it could be because, he is really like his child was born with diabetes. And so like maybe he's scared of another child. I don't know.
He's a fuckboy, had a one night stand, had a kid.
And
He's
was like,
scared.
never again.
He's scared. He's scared. But
I love Jordan.
She's clocking it. She's clocking it. But Blake and then Mike, it's like Mike matches her on paper. But is that always good? Blake seems to be the other person, like offers something more of, I feel like, the missing puzzle piece.
What
for
was
her.
this club that Mike said he was a part of? Like this guy group where he's...
The like wellness club or something?
Yeah, like how these 6 pillars
Oh,
of...
I didn't trust that.
Yeah,
It sounds like a Ponzi
seemed
scheme.
it seemed like an MLM.
You're in a cult.
Yes.
It's giving like, and this is no shade. It's like Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I listen to those kind of people. I pop I almost had a CD in. I turn on my podcast or whatever, and it's like I'm listening to motivational stuff about how great of a man I am. How like that's the energy that he gives me.
I think it's good to have role models and look to be self-improved, but not so much that you come on a TV show and lead and talk about it being like a core tenet in your life, almost as if like it's your religion.
Yeah.
I read something that women who, I'm not saying this is a person because I don't want any shade, because I actually would love to have him on my podcast, but women who date men who listen to Joe Rogan, that's an immediate turnoff for them.
Oh, I feel like I saw this somewhere. It was like a...
And I'm not saying he listens to a Joe Rogan. Again, like that's my dream podcast guest. I don't listen to Joe Rogan. I have a lot of issues with him, but I want the conversation.
Yeah, totally.
But he gives me that energy of not maybe I listen to Joe Rogan, but like I'm in like the manosphere type.
Yeah.
And so I think that I would have clocked that, I feel like, if I were her, of an immediate, like, wait a minute.
But I think there's a difference between, say, like someone who, let's say a guy listens to Joe Rogan and just, it's not his thing, as opposed to a guy who, like, you'll know on the second date where he listens to Joe Rogan. He's like, well, I was listening to Joe Rogan episode and everything.
And Joe said,
actually, cauliflower is bad for you.
It's a personality trait.
But like, if you just happen to, like, if it's on
Stumble
your playlist
upon.
every once in a while because you listen to 5 of them, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, there's something, I hope she doesn't pick a mic.
Yeah.
And I think
I
that
like Blake for her.
Yeah.
because maybe of her trauma in dating, she is particularly drawn to him because maybe she hasn't had someone like him. But it would be a disaster.
It is crazy how many of these people we've never seen.
Oh, because they always cast like 30 and
know.
focus on 10. I will say, though, I don't care how successful you are. I will say that every guy, I don't care if he's ultra successful or not. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think men do and need a cheerleader. Like,
Yeah.
all men need, like, they want someone to believe in them.
Right.
You know, they need to do their part. And, you know, if they're going to date someone equally successful, I think both people want a cheerleader. And I think successful people, they want that validation. You know, they want someone who's proud of them, who sees their effort, their grind, their hustle, you know. So I don't think it's a bad thing to want someone to be a cheerleader. It just has to be, if you're going to be two people in a successful relationship, you have to, like, mutually respect each other. We're watching, not reality TV, we're watching Black Rabbit right now on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's got Jude Law, it's got Jason Bateman. And one of the characters, Jude Law's best friend, is like, you don't really know what, he's a successful man. He's like an artist, musician. And him and his girlfriend, who like goes to Jude Law, they're breaking up. And she talks about how, like, I'm living your life. She's like this interior designer. And it's just like, you know, when I bring that up, because like, he just thinks she's supposed to be grateful for existing.
Right.
Like, she's this there. And she's like happy for him, but she doesn't just want to be grateful to be there.
Right.
She wants him to also like root for her too. But you know what I'm saying? So I think it's okay to want and have a cheerleader, but there needs to be reciprocity, especially if that other person you're dating gives a shit about their career and their accomplishments. Because I don't care who you are. Like, even if you, like, Natalie loves being a mom and she, you know, like, we together make a good trad wife. But like, like, she gives a shit about like being like other things outside of being a mom, you know? And I think sometimes in relationships, we will like forget about our partner's passions and our interests and just see them as like,
Along for the ride.
they're useful in your life,
Right.
as opposed to like, how do they support each other's dreams?
I think that's, sorry.
I was just going to say, you nailed it on the head with the key component is mutual respect. You know what I mean? Whatever you choose to do with your life, that it's like, I still deserve praise, whether it's making breakfast in the morning or going out and signing $1 million deal, whatever it is. It's like, at the end of the day, respect my role in this relationship as I respect yours, and we should be supporting each other equally.
And I'm sure like there's a lot of the men who feel emasculated naturally by their successful women partners. I think they sometimes are afraid to be their cheerleader because they're of that jealousy.
Yeah.
If that jealousy comes in, like for some reason, like there's a lot of couples out there who don't want to, like, I've said this many times, that Natalie's the first relationship where I don't compete with her.
Yeah.
You know, and I never realized in past relationships that I was even competing, but you get away from it and you realize like, it was always like this competition.
Sure.
You know, it was even little stuff,
Sure.
like thing outside of career. It was just like, well, aren't we a team?
I love this conversation for anybody who's listening, whether in a relationship or not, because, you know, as I said, I like reflect on my own faults in the marriage. I was not a cheerleader in the beginning. I grew up being so independent. Like, I'm not going to say I didn't grow up privileged, but my parents were very much so like, you figure it out. You know, we're here if you need us, but you figure it out. Whereas my ex did not grow up that way. It was very like dependent. And as I learned through that, because we were in therapy before it all ended, it was like we think through things through a different way. So for me, I wasn't cheerleading, encouraging. And I know he really needed that. Right. And by the time I kind of realized that, we were already on the end of it. I'm your cheerleader of like, okay, how do we figure this out? How like what's the issue? What's the problem? That's me helping you. But that's not what he needed. He really needed the encouragement. Do I think it would have helped? No. but my fault in it is, rather than paying attention to what he needed and encouraging in that way, I was doing it my way. And so I think that that's like a really important thing to note.
The way that Sparkle Megan talks about her house and her car, when they do hometowns, I'm expecting the biggest mansion ever.
Well, I'm also like,
She better.
even what you
She
were talking-
better.
She better bring
And it better be, he said Ferrari. She said nope. So I'm like, if it's a fucking Range Rover, like,
Do you think it's
come on.
Do you think it's a Cybertruck?
Oh my God.
Oh,
And that's why she
imagine
won't
she
say
drives
it?
a Cybertruck.
And that's why she won't say what it is.
That's crazy.
It's
It's a
I'm
bright
out.
pink. It's a
Cybertruck.
sparkle
That would be hilarious.
Cybertruck.
Oh my God.
Now I kind of want it to be.
And then she
Yeah.
can be with the Joe Rogan Manosphere guy.
yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
perfect.
That's
Just a thought.
Yeah.
I'm like, who else stood out in the
I know.
episode? You're right. There's so many people
There's
on
so
there that
many.
I'm like,
The
Well,
only
we
other
only watched
person-
one episode. It came out last night.
Anna and Patrick.
Yeah.
Both of them were like,
oh yeah, Patrick.
I thought that
That
was
we've
was
kind of
only
interesting.
dated white. Yeah, they both were like talking
That was
about
The
interesting.
same, they have,
Right?
They're
they have
both
the
like,
same
are
story.
you Asian?
Yeah.
So, do you speak a second language?
Yeah.
Do you like my
middle name,
parents
middle
also.
name. Yeah.
It was a culture. They asked the middle name. I was like, oh, they're trying to get
They
into the
know.
culture. But then I was thrown off by is it Casey?
Yeah.
We saw a bit of her.
Yes.
Yes.
She flat out says, "My sister with blonde hair."
I know.
and
cute,
yeah.
a cute blonde white girl or something.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't do that. That's what I was like. No, wait a second.
Yeah, you can't get family descriptions.
Casey is giving.
She's like, my sister is gorgeous. She's so hot. Really great body. Like the hottest person.
It's like, you're not
and like the
faking.
genes are great in our family. You know,
Is this the one that's like an international pop star?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
K-pop.
Yes, K-pop.
I don't know if
yes.
she's international. I mean, she is.
It's international.
She lives
in-
there.
she-
She performs
Yeah,
in Korea.
She does perform internationally. Maybe it's the star part.
No,
that
but
she's
you're
not.
so right. Like, they literally gave the entire thing. Just like, by the way, also access to Korea.
I was
like,
pissed. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Casey, I've only seen one episode, so for those of you who are listening to this and have watched ahead, maybe there's context we're missing. But she is, because she's obviously a beautiful woman,
Mm-hmm.
she is giving the type of girl who just chokes the fuck. Not literally, but just like kind of well, if she has one good date, she'll just decide she falls in love with him and will just like suffocate the relationship because like she seems to have so much going for her, and you kind of wonder why
What is
she's
it?
struggling so much. And you know, she's on that treadmill. She grinds. She's like, you know, that she's maximum effort. You know, she gives it her all, and she can't figure out why it's not working for her. She has one good date. She decides she's in love with this guy, and then she will just suffocate the shit out of the relationship until he's just like, I can't do it anymore.
Like force it.
Yeah,
Like
just
hold on. Hold things. This was someone
stand
told
by
me.
her phone,
Past
waiting
their
to text,
expiration
just
date.
like, what is it? Are you okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of. She's giving that energy.
oh, I can't wait to see her move in with someone.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite.
No, I'm excited to see Sparkle Megan move in with someone. She feels like she's gonna be.
It's gonna be Mike. She's
Oh,
totally
you know who was talking to the? She was just the one who was talking to the 29-year-old kind of nerdy guy, and she was just kind of
Nick?
Joe.
Joe.
She was talking to Joe.
yeah. And I'm like, this
Oh.
chick's mean.
Yeah.
Like she.
Oh,
It was
I know what you're
Madison
talking
and
about.
Joe.
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
Madison.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's just like she's already goofing around, like it. You know, and
Which one's Joe? Because then I'll remember.
Joe's the one that like kind of looks
Oh.
like
yeah,
yeah.
she's talking to Joe,
Jacob Elordi.
and,
Madison.
and
Yeah.
it was just like she was just
Yeah.
Target.
Not
on the first
Walmart,
date
not
where you're
Walmart,
joking
Target.
and you're just kind of negging him and you're just kind of like
Yeah.
poking him, and
Yeah.
it's just like
It was the whole. They were talking about their dream date, and she was like,
Yes,
"No." She was like,
yes.
"Pick up from 7-Eleven. That's where I
Yes.
left off. You
Yeah.
pick up from 7-Eleven, and where do we go from there?"
God,
And
I
she was
can't
like,
imagine
"Oh,
if you
yeah.
forgot like the milk from the grocery store in this relationship.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh.
And it ends with, and finally we got there.
Yeah.
And they were like teamwork, and I was like,
She
that
talks
was
shit about her
teamwork.
boyfriends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's also like your dream date, but the stipulation is it has to start at 7-Eleven. Seems a bit odd. Of like, just let him restart. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
you
does he
don't
have
want
to
to
pick up
know
where you
what he
left
would
off?
do for you. Exactly.
Oh, that makes me think of, because I was about to say yes, the give and the take you're just talking about, but that made me go back to Mike. When did Mike perk up with Megan? When she said she believed in traditional roles.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He was like,
Yes.
Would you
Which
get mad
I'm
at
not
me?
anti.
Yeah.
Like, listen, to
His
each their own.
ears.
It's just like, he was like, man, this Megan. After that, he was a totally different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He heard exactly what he wanted to hear.
And then he said something about like leaving his dishes.
That's what it was. Would you get mad at me if I left my dishes? And she's like, no, I like do more traditional roles. And he was like, no, fucking great. And it's just like, well, at least make an effort.
I don't think Natalie's washed a single dish in our entire marriage.
That is not true.
But you know what? Good for you if you haven't, because that man goes back to the 6 pillars and tells everybody that he left dirty dishes this morning.
I haven't washed a single pair of clothes.
Single pair of clothes?
I haven't done any laundry since I've just started to date Natalie.
I mean, blessed.
And it works.
Exactly. So you said you guys make a great trot wife.
She's like, I don't do dishes. And I'm like, good, I don't do laundry. Deal.
Yeah, I'll do the dishes. I just don't like washing pans. I like to put everything in the dishwasher. The dishwasher is what it was made for.
I agree.
Yeah. Sorry. Why wash with my hands if there's a dishwasher?
And there's lots of things that just do not belong in the dishwasher.
And he's like, my steak knives don't go in the dishwasher.
That is actually true. They will rust. They will turn into something different.
Rachel.
Because I don't like to wash dishes either, but there are certain things that do not.
I don't shop. I don't go to Target. I don't decorate. I definitely don't do laundry.
That sucks.
But I mow the lawn.
Period.
That's the most manly thing I do, I think, basically.
Yeah. Could we have a list of all of your other chores?
It was a little dark with Sparkle Megan talking to Jordan about his son having the diabetes, and she's like, oh, my father died of diabetes. And then he was like, yeah, she's like, I'm not saying, she's like, I think your son will be totally fine. It's like, I don't think anyone was talking about that.
Oh, he's 5 and your dad was old.
That was rigid. She said, she was like, oh my gosh, my dad died. And I was like, whoa, no. I thought she was going to say, oh my gosh, I know what you've been through. My dad did, but my dad lived a long life.
There was a lot of other things that happened that caused him to die. She's like,
she's like, well, I mean, it's kind of diabetes.
Because she's not into Jordan. I'm telling you, it's Blake or Mike. Blake or Mike. Because Jordan, every time he gets in, he's like, what's kind of car do you drive? I've gone through the list.
Then he's like, I feel like we live very different lives. I drive a Kia Forte. And she was like, oh, do you?
She does not.
And she's like, poor.
Yeah. She doesn't seem like the kind that wants a stepson.
Well, he was like something. It was giving middle management, and not for Sparkle Megan.
It's not for her. Wait, was he the branch manager?
Yeah.
Okay. But he's really proud of it.
He was really proud of it.
I like people who are passionate about what they do.
He's like, I'm really proud of myself.
That's not going to work for Sparkle.
It's not going to work for Sparkle.
She heard manager and was like,
but that's kind of my point. And you were right. I think she's successful, but I think she has a way of emasculating the men 100%. She dates as a way to like validate herself. And maybe it's a combination of the men she's dating not validating her, but like it's not just all these men just can't handle a successful woman.
Yeah, there's a way to be proud about what you do, but again, it's all about what you lead with, right? Like I'm not going to lead with certain successes. I want you to get to know me, or like what I like to do for fun. Do we know what Megan likes to do for fun other than shop? I mean, when she walked through and they were showing us her jewelry,
the ding, ding.
I was trying to pause. I was like really trying to pay attention and like figure out what it was.
I really respected him for being like, and I fucking hate her name.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah,
he's like, no, but a lot. Like, she's cool, but the fucking name sucks.
It's gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, as somebody who has seen all 6 of the episodes, you guys are in for a really incredible rest of the episodes whenever you decide to watch them this weekend. I'm just saying it gets so good.
As someone who's seen without spoiling anything, how do you feel about some of our takes?
I will say one of your takes is very off.
Oh my God.
Okay.
But we had a lot of them, so I feel like that's good odds.
Yeah.
I'm only saying one. I'm not trying to spoil.
Only one is
solid,
pretty good.
Solid.
At least one.
Average.
At least one of your takes is
and
very
not
wrong.
off.
There it is.
Way off.
Way off.
I'm
Okay.
in.
Right.
I'm not one for like love reality shows, and it has nothing to do with The Bachelor. I've always just been more into the lifestyle. I don't even really do competition ones.
Or Housewives.
Except for like Traders. Yeah, like I like the lifestyle ones. But Love is Blind is the one I've been in and out of.
When they move in together.
I need a break. No,
So
it's
good.
it's when they go to
The honeymoon
the
place.
honeymoon
Yeah,
place.
the honeymoon.
And then they see the
That's-
person that they almost picked, and then it's like, oh,
Ah,
she's kind of hot,
such a
or like,
genius
And it's
concept.
right
I
off
love it
that
so
high
much.
versus like spending a night together in a honeymoon.
and then like one of them
Mhm.
always expects to hook up, and the other one is always like, I don't know, you should sleep on the couch. You know, it's always just the vibes. It's so good.
But I feel like, are we gonna meet more people, like couples, through the next episode? Because I feel like things move really fast now.
They do, yeah.
Where I'm like, we're already at an engagement meeting up.
Yeah.
And I know that we always end an episode like that, but I'm just like, I don't know, because I kind of want to participate the way that they do, where I'm like, I want to wear the blindfold and I want to listen and try to figure out. And when they meet
Yeah.
up, I want to be like, that's who they, because like right now, I'm like, I could forget all of these faces in an hour.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I kind of want to play along.
Are you watching Golden Bachelor at all, or are you? Yeah,
I'm obviously turned off at the man and what he
Yeah,
said.
obviously.
And then I saw, because like it's also in my algorithm, right? So I saw that he did end up eliminating a lot of women over 60. So I was like, okay, this.
So you mean what you said?
Yeah, you mean what he said. The most intriguing thing to me about this man is that he's black.
Yeah.
I found out that like, why are we not talking about this?
That was
I was
kind
like,
of
wait,
crazy.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad played in
he's
the
our third
League?
black
That was crazy.
Negro League. I should be watching.
Honestly.
You know,
That's-
Mary called it out for me too. She was like,
Yeah.
"Did you catch that?" And I was like, "Yeah,
I was
his
like-
dad worked for the baseball team, and Diana Ross lived behind him." And she's like, "No, he's half black." And I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is necessarily like my place to bring this up on the show, but it's definitely something that I'm thinking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
I almost was like, should I? Like, no, let me just save it for Taylor Frankie Paul.
And the
That's what
So
I'm
true.
into.
Oh, she's in a
Mhm.
crush. But I was watching a little bit last night, and I think a lot has to do with he clearly doesn't like any of these women,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But why did they? His ex-wife's 45.
But
It's like
he
Oh,
likes.
she is?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Did you?
63 or something?
She's
needs-
45 now?
yeah,
Yes.
she
Yeah.
needs,
He
he
literally.
needs to be on Age of
So
Attraction.
he was serious. He does
He
need to be on
does.
age. Have you finished casting?
Yeah.
He's
Season
66.
2. We'll
Okay,
get him
season
on
two,
the,
season
yeah.
two.
Wait, and did
But
they,
I just like you watched the Golden, like the first season, because it was like so heartwarming, and you watched and you cried, and now I'm just like,
you just
eh.
go in.
Well,
with
he
a
turned out to be a
icky
scammer,
feeling.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't know
I
I
call
said
that.
this
A little bit,
before,
a little
but
bit.
I think that they need to raise the age of Golden Bachelor. I think that they should lean toward the older people because it's getting too young.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but like your bachelor can't be a guy. They're 0 for 2.
your
Mhm.
Golden
Yeah.
Bachelor can't be ageist? It's
Well,
fucking weird.
But I feel like
They
that's
all did. I liked that they all poked fun at him at the roast about it, though.
Sure, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't make it
And then
any
he
more
sent them
sincere.
home.
Well,
Yeah.
I know we've been
And you're out.
we've also been poking fun at it for the first 2 episodes or 3 episodes. So it's kind of like, okay, there's no connections really happening
Right.
here if this is the only thing that we can roast him
You
about.
loved
There are
it because
3
it was
episodes?
heartwarming
Yes.
and charming, and now it's just kind of a bit.
Well, yeah, as a single person, I'm like, oh, great. So they don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
Like, great.
No.
So you're
They
telling
always
me.
want younger.
So you're telling me. That's
You know,
all I take
Nick,
away from
when I
it.
turned 27 this year, Nick was like, wow, it's really interesting that you're 27 now. And I'm like, oh, just to let you know, motherfucker. You're
Wait.
45. Okay.
Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget
No, that's
it.
not exactly how it went. She's like, I'm 27. That's.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
It's really weird.
Well, it was more. The truth is, I was more like, yeah, because like early days, I was pretty,
It's sweating it.
self-conscious about like you don't need to know.
I
right?
told
Like,
you not to be self-conscious. When I first learned about you, I was like, don't be self-conscious about that. Good for you.
Period.
Mhm.
Thanks, Rachel.
My guy's younger.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank
Wait,
you.
Nick and Rachel, I have a question for both of you. Maybe we've asked this before, I don't remember, but who are the kind of people that are in the audience at these kind of events? Like these roasts, these strip dances, all these
Fans.
group date competitions.
Yeah, they'll usually make
how-
like an announcement if you're in the area.
Yeah, they put out a flyer.
yeah, and it's
Because
fans.
they'll put it up on like social and stuff. Yeah, you can see it. But it's fans,
Yeah.
women, mostly women,
Yeah.
past cast members trying to make it back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trying to make it.
It's a
Yeah.
cameo.
Even though I have said I would come back for Taylor.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
probably
should.
not. I'm just talking.
You
But
should.
No,
probably
you
not.
should.
Give her the pep talk.
You're-
It's going to be so good.
It's gonna be good, but I just keep telling people a line has been drawn in the sand. Like, stop wishing for the yesteryear. Like the people who are like, oh, but it's changed. Good. It needs to. It's not going to be the same. She will not find love. And I'm fine with that. That's not the show that I'm signing up for.
Yeah.
Like like she will fall because she's like loves love. And I think that that's something that's
it will be a small
genuine
miracle.
about her. Right? Like I like that she's unapologetic. Like she falls quickly and she knows that and she owns it. I like that. But I'm not expecting her to be I don't know. I was trying to name a bachelorette, like of yesteryear, Trista. I'm not expecting her to be that. I'm expecting her to be herself.
If they fucking bring Trista around, no, I love you, Trista.
They might because they're
gonna bring in Hannah. They're gonna bring in Trista.
Yeah, they'll bring in.
They're gonna go sit down.
They'll bring in.
They're like, I don't give a fuck.
I want them to bring in Rachel.
They're not gonna bring in me, but they're probably like, let's keep her away. Even though I am so supportive of it.
They don't bring us.
They don't bring. They don't have to ask.
They're like the black sheep. They're like, meh.
They're like, they don't need us, so we don't need them.
I wonder what our reputation is now that there's like new production, mostly new
what they think
producers. It's like
yeah.
of course they've heard of us, but like, what do they know? It's like, no, I've heard about you. I don't want to. I'm just like curious as to what the thing is. But I'm for it. I'm here to help her. I'm here to help her. Bring me back for her to have fun.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see. And I'm happy that they made this move finally. But like, never mind. Don't continue with Hulu stars as your leads. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. I think we won and done it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think you can bring other people in who are who have a platform, but don't like keep bringing in Hulu stars. I don't want to see a Nader sister. As that's what I'm trying to say. Yes. We got to the bottom of it. And it's nothing against their show. It's just like there's just so much of it, and I'm just like, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to like every time I see a Page 6 article come up, it would be so. It's just so much. I don't want to see it.
Hulu is very trying to make their universe.
They are.
So they're trying very hard.
I don't force it on us. And that like Taylor did not feel forced. Taylor felt like
totally
something new, something refreshing. But if you keep it going, I'm like,
well, the hope is, I'm assuming the hope is that she will. I mean, they've fucked it up before. Like they fucked it up with Joey. Joey gave him a shot in the arm, and then they fucked it up. So they can always fuck it up again, and they're good at fucking it up.
But picking her.
The hope is they cast a
great man.
Guys.
Taylor's very
but hopefully
fun men.
But she's, Taylor's appealing. Hopefully they'll get,
This is really sweet. And I know you guys are friends with Taylor and you want the best for her. But the reality is, and I'm such a fan of their show. I like it. The reality is, men who are going to be coming on this show, sadly for her, again, this is not a dig at her, sadly for her, are going to step into, they're going to have to move to Utah. They're going to deal with 2 baby daddies and they're going to deal with 3 kids and possibly be on another show. I feel sorry for her in the sense that most will be opportunists.
Yeah.
Most will be. I hope half of them are fathers. That is the least that they could do.
That's what I said.
Not have 30 men and not have 30 men. Like maybe let's have 12, 15. Maybe it's a little bit more intimate for her. We start in Utah. I think that they how Dancing with the Stars kind of like taps into the TikTok of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I think this show should tap into the TikTok. I think she should be allowed to use her phone a little bit.
Oh, I've been saying this. They need to give the lead a phone that is controlled by the show, and they can access text messages, and like they should give all the guys a phone that's like not connected to the outside world, but access to Taylor. Instead of sneaking out, you could sneak text,
right.
and modernize it that way.
Right. I think that if we're really trying to help Taylor find love, I think that you can't throw 30 men at her who are gonna love bomb her, because you really could change the name of the show to Love Bombing, because that's what it is. But I want to see. I would hope that she finds it, but she's not.
Yeah,
we're there to be entertained. They're gonna put her in pressure cooker situations. Those parents are gonna come.
Hometowns are gonna be good.
Hometowns are gonna be great.
Hometowns are gonna be real good.
Those parents are gonna come.
No, but you're so right. They need to be like men that are very much vetted, rooted in their careers, or like, but able to be remote or flexible, but like have priorities and responsibilities outside of just like
Yeah.
wanting to be on another TV show.
Honestly, I hope they go a little bit older.
Yeah.
Well,
Give her some older men who have kids.
Yeah.
Hot older men.
To
Yeah.
Rachel's point, though, is that she knows, and I know, that they're not casting for Taylor most of the time. They don't really give a fuck. They're not. They're
casting
it's
for
not their
drama.
priority.
Yeah.
Right. Where if they really cared about Taylor, half the men would be dads or like fit a certain type or whatever Taylor's preferences are. They would sit down and like really want to get to know what she's into, and they don't do that.
They don't do it.
Well, we'll
We'll see.
But we will be entertained.
We will. Rachel, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you guys. It was so
Um,
much fun.
Now that we're really close to your house, we
You have to
expect
come
you to be on more.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
I love coming on here.
Okay.
We have a good time.
We do.
You
Yeah.
make me comfortable, and then I'm like, all right, what are the
You're like, so
headlines
let
going to
me
be this
What did I say?
This is who she doesn't want to be.
You're like, so his dick size is.
Man.
Remind my audience where they can find you and enjoy all the great stuff you're doing.
Thank you for that. You can catch me Higher Learning. New episodes drop every Tuesday, Friday. We're in a time. But if you want that, we balance it out. That's great. And then we balance it out with Morally Corrupt, where we talk all things Bravo. And those episodes drop Tuesday and Friday as well. And then, just stay tuned. Fun things to come.
Well, that will do it for today's episode. If you haven't listened to yesterday's Going Deeper, we have Amy Duggar King, part of the Duggar family, and that whole mess. All the juicy details. Amy is here to talk all about it. So if you know a glimpse of that story, you're going to want to tap in and listen to that episode. I think that'll do it for today. I already said that. All right, we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye. That's great.
Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.